Why? Because this is the choice that I'm making. And it is the choice that I am encouraging every one of us to make. Because notice again in Hebrews 11:6, without faith, look at it, without faith, it is impossible to please him or God. Impossible. Notice it again. I know we read it one time. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please God. Impossible. Can't be done. And once you know better, once you have been taught what to walk by, and you choose disobedience, know in your disobedience, you will not please God. You will not please him. Because see, some folk will begin to walk by faith, and then they'll make a bad adjustment and start walking by senses. Some of us been guilty. We were walking by faith until we saw something. Until we heard something. Some of you made doctor's appointment feeling good, confessing healing. But then the doctor said something that was contrary to how you were feeling. Doctor said you should be in pain. You should be having dizzy spells. Matter of fact, you should be worried about the report that's sitting before you. And if you're not careful, you went in the doctor's office walking by faith. You left feeling bad or worse because you got a report and you started walking by it rather than what God told you to walk by or live by before you schedule the appointment. This is how real it is. 1 minute you can be confessing how much you believe God, and then things happen in your life and you're not even mindful of God. You're not even mindful of him. And now you're saying you don't know how a particular thing is going to happen when you had confessed that God was going to make it happen. But when somebody told you it was no way what you were expecting could happen, you changed. And this happened with folk. You change. Because sometimes we think we're going to get something done a certain way. And then it changes. Come on. Gideon started out with 30,000 folk, knowing with these 30,000, we finna get victory. We getting victory. I'm looking at my 30,000. We strong here. God is with us. Come on, talking big. But then God swindled 30,000 down to 300 and wanted Gideon to have the same faith in him with the 300 that he had with the 30,000. But see, that tells me that God will test our faith. He'll see what you really trusting in, or he'll show us what we really trusting in. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this year. Yeah, you looking at it because you got the money in the bank, and it's just a matter of getting the money, taking it out, and going and doing it. But what's going to happen when that nest egg that you were going to do it with, you have to put it toward something else? Now, what most of us do, we don't keep trusting God. We'll say, well, since I had to take the majority of it to handle a problem, then I'm just going to get this done next year. But God didn't say next year. God said this year. So that means when you walk by faith, that means God got to pull it from somewhere else. I know I'm teaching right. But tell your neighbor, no need to worry. He got over 1 million ways to bless a a faith walker. Be seated. I'm finna mess with your mind, which includes telling you to go to a place where money waiting on you. Told Peter, just go what? Fishing. And in a fish mouth, you gonna find the money. Take the money out the fish mouth that I put in his mouth and pay your taxes. Get debt free from owing the government by going on a fishing trip. Did I say anything about overtime? Did I say anything about your job? I said Peter went on a fishing trip and canceled debt. So I don't know how God gonna do it. I just know this year debt gonna get canceled. But listen, what if Peter made senses primary? You never take that trip. He never takes that trip. Not for that reason. Look how good God is. God took something that was normally done. When you look at fishing back then, yes, it was a job, a career for most of them. Even most of the disciples were fishermen. But you also have to look at it as recreation. Something fun. You know God will get you paid doing something that you consider fun. It's fun, but it also has funds, F-U-N-D-S, coming in. God can bring funds from something fun. And he'll do it for a faith walker.